screw on Twitter.
No way. No way. I can't.
It's all right. We're still editing. We can go, right?
Aren't you going to do the jingle?
Nah. Okay.
Keep that.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Benchwarmers podcast, episode 2, the real thing, not the whole thing. It's 3/8, March 8th.
Yes.
Yes, Monday, and we're back.
No, it's Sunday.
Well, we're recording.
Oh yeah, for Monday. Yes.
Don't do this to me.
Don't
do this to me. We're not going to
now.
be doing time traveling back and forth here. We're recording on Sunday, but we're releasing tomorrow, which is a Monday.
Yes.
Very true.
So you'll hear this tomorrow.
Yes.
Exactly.
Which is Monday, 3/8,
Yes.
March 8th.
Which is our episode date.
Just a little shout out here. Let me give our social medias before we go too far here. Instagram, The Real Benchwarmers Podcast. Follow us there. Twitter, The Real BW Pod. Follow us there. YouTube maybe is on here. Do you know it?
YouTube is just Benchwarmers Podcast. We can't get a specific URL till you have enough subscribers. So
Yeah.
subscribe.
Hit that bell, too.
Yeah.
Give us some comments,
Likes, comments,
all that.
Provide some discussion on
It
our
helps
post.
us
You
gain
know? Let us
traction.
know what you think.
Yeah.
B-Stu, you got a little shout out.
We did. We got our first shout out ever.
Yeah, we
From
did.
the 3 absolute rocket chips over at the Bitches with a Mic pod. Gave us a very nice shout out. Really appreciate
Yes,
it, ladies.
thank you.
If you guys want to go and give them a follow, they are at Bitches with a Mic podcast across everything. I looked this up.
Okay, yeah.
I'm on it. But they're doing great work. They do a lot of relationship advice, a lot of dating advice, a lot of online dating advice. You know, COVID,
Sex
pandemic.
stuff.
It's a lot of sex
A
talk.
lot of sex stuff.
A lot of sex talk. So if you guys want to give them a follow, give them a review, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Just keep up the good work, ladies, and really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This is kind of a tough transition, to be honest with you.
It's hard after sex.
But we do have these two here, and we do have CTS, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yo.
Everyone's here, so everyone's good.
Yeah.
Tough transition, but we'll go to baseball.
Let's do it.
We're getting close to the season.
Let's go.
We're
4.
less than a month away.
Yeah, we are less
right?
than a month away.
April 1st.
Yep.
Opening day. Mariners. We're all Mariners fans here.
That's right. Go Nerds, baby. True to the blue.
Yeah. You know, we say every year, next season.
There's always next
There's
year.
always next year. And this is a next year,
It is a next year team.
but I don't think it's that year.
Oh, you don't think it's...
I don't think it's that year that we've been saying next year for the last 20 years.
Oh, okay. I see.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Well,
Yeah.
when is it going to be?
Well, I don't know, Conrad. But this year is unfortunately not the year. But we thought we would still talk about it.
Absolutely.
And we wanted to go over the lineup and the bench today a little bit.
Yes. Little projections.
Yeah, exactly. Fill it out a little bit and, you know,
Some of our favorite players, some of our... I mean, I was about to say players that we don't like. I like everybody on this roster. There's nobody that I'm like, nah, I don't know if I want to give him a shot. I don't know if, stuff like that. But
I get you.
we do have our projections going.
Yeah. And I don't know, who wants to go first? You want to share?
We can go, you want to go 1 through 9, like the positions and then DH, or do you want to...
Yeah, if you want to, I'm down to do our I have a projected lineup with the positions next to it.
Okay. I just have a positional.
Go with your positional, and then I'll go through the lineup, and you can say what you think.
Okay.
And I'll talk about positions as well as you go.
Okay. At catcher, pretty obvious. Tom Murphy.
Yeah, it's
Missed him last year.
Yeah.
The guy's great behind the plate. With just our rotation, has great relationship with all of our pitchers.
Yeah.
Also hits moonbeams.
Yeah.
Also hits moonshots.
Yeah.
He's a very good hitter. I think he could, 260 to 270. Maybe that's a little bit
no, I get you though.
too much of a blasphemous projection. At first, the Gold Glover, Evan White.
Yep.
The bat is gonna come. It's coming.
I really do think it is.
He had the StatCast, the exit velo of his bat was over 100 miles per hour
Yeah.
last year. Sometimes you just hit it right at the third
Yeah.
baseman or right at left field.
Yeah.
That or stuff like that. That statistic tells me at least he's making good contact.
Exactly.
And sometimes just a little bit of bad luck. Exactly.
That's big.
Yeah. Second base, I have Dylan Moore beating out Shedlong.
Yep.
I think Ty France could have some time there as well. I see him more as a DH guy.
Yeah. I'm
Just
there
because
with you.
his build is, I'm not saying it's hard to play second, but
Yeah.
he's not as agile as Dylan Moore. I love Dylan Moore. One of the better athletes in our locker room. At third, everyone's favorite, Kyle Seager. Pretty obvious.
Yep.
Could be his last season here. It's going to be sad if he does
Kevin
go
Mather
somewhere
was
else.
still here, it'd be his last season.
It will be, exactly. So hopefully that's been
Fuck you,
ironed
Kevin
out.
Mather.
Yeah, fucking prick. But I hope he has a resurgent year. Not a resurgent year, like, what did he hit last year? Not very well.
I was going to say 230,
230? Bottom.
I think.
Yeah. And it was, if he can come out, I hope he, if he's going to end his, not end his career, I don't think he's going to retire, but if he's,
Resurrect his career.
yeah. And if he
little
becomes like a trade piece maybe in July and we can send him to a contender and let him feel postseason baseball, I think that'd be a nice little parting gift for him.
And get some prospects for him.
That'd be great. That's what I'm saying. If he can just
Just
go off
Yeah.
from April through July.
That'd be nice.
That'd be great. Shortstop, obvious. JP Crawford,
Yep.
Gold Glover. The bat is going to get better.
Yeah.
I love that he's a lefty.
Yeah.
Adds another lefty to our lineup.
Good athlete on the bat.
Very
base
good.
paths.
Yeah. And he has a cannon for an arm.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a staple. I think he's a part of our future. I
Yep.
was very worried about him last year, but the glove is huge to
He
have.
showed out that he can
Yeah.
play some baseball.
Absolutely. In left, this is a tough call.
Left field's tough. Left field was almost just like, let's just throw out a couple names. And see what
Exactly.
sticks.
So I do have Jake Fraley there. I do have Taylor Trammell possibly making it out of camp. The news with Kelnick being out 3 to 6 weeks just makes it easier, obviously, on Dipoto and Service saying, hey, sorry, this sort of just ironed itself out that you're not going to be there. I didn't have him. I don't think we either had Kelnick making it out of camp because I just don't want to rush him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in a year that we're not going to be contending, why would we rush a guy up and have him, barely hit his weight or maybe struggle in the field, whatever. Just
I also try to make my lineup not more of what I wanted. I mean, a little bit of what I wanted, but also more of like what I think it's going to be.
realistic options. Yeah. So in center, my favorite, Kyle Lewis.
Yep.
Should be everyone's favorite.
The stud.
Rookie of the year, kind of just, God, he started off so hot, just smoking the ball.
Yep.
And, playing great defense, that jump, that athletics catch, that Griffey-esque home run rob, that was unbelievable. In the smoke, in the haze, all that was incredible. Right field, Mitch Haniger's back. Very excited.
Yep.
I don't know. He's not a part of our future. I hope he goes off and he could become a trade piece. Or do you see him becoming a DH, like with these young guys coming up like Julio and Jared taking those outfield positions?
It depends. It really depends on what he does this season.
It does.
That's really what it is.
Coming back from testicle surgery, man. Fuck. You guarantee he's wearing a
Before I
cup.
go to my lineup here, who's sitting on your bench?
custom-made one.
Sounds like you. Yeah.
Very
Sounds
true.
like you got Fraley on your bench. Or no, Fraley was your starting.
Oh, you want to see my bench? I have Jose Marmolejos.
Yeah. Okay.
I have Shedlong Jr.
Okay.
And Luis Torrens as our backup catcher.
Okay.
And I think we'll, obviously with the 6-man rotation, I don't know how many relievers we'll have. 5,
Yeah,
maybe
I get you.
6. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll dive into that in other pods.
So I think, I was all there with you on the fielding.
Yeah.
I don't think
DH Ty France. I think he could be I hope.
But I had him listed as a DH in my lineup anyways.
Okay.
I did have Jose Marmolejos in there.
left? Okay.
Starting.
Yeah.
But let me
I
go
like
over
that.
the lineup really quickly.
Sure.
I had JP at 1, hitting leadoff. I think with the speed.
Yeah.
That's
Lefty bat.
That's who you want on there,
Yeah.
creating some havoc on the base pass.
Heck yeah.
Hopefully he can just get on base.
Yeah.
And he's shown that he can.
Exactly.
So just
with it.
Now this might be a bit of a surprise, and it goes back to we'll see what happens. I have Mitch Haniger at 2 right now.
I like that because
And-
it's hard with Lewis and Seager like 3, 4, 5. I don't want to put him at 5.
And I've been looking at projected lineups. Like I've seen Dylan Moore there, and like
yeah.
I get that Dylan Moore had a nice season last year, but I'm not sure. Like I don't think he's
yeah.
like I like Dylan Moore.
I want an on base guy.
Yeah, I'm just not
at
sure
2.
he's a top half of lineup kind of
True.
guy. So I've got Mitch Haniger there. It's definitely gonna depend, if he comes out and can play.
Stay healthy too.
Yeah. So it's been a while. So we'll see. But I like him there. I've got Seager at 3.
Okay.
I think he's a smart enough hitter that he's not going to just, hopefully he can take walks.
Sure.
He can.
His
OBP's been decent the last couple seasons at least.
So do you have Lewis at 4 for a little protection?
Exactly.
I have
Lewis at 4. I know that he's going to hit the most homers this season. He should hit the most.
He should. Yeah, absolutely.
And I just like Seager at 3 because I feel like veteran hitter, veteran presence. He's not going to just put
swing at the first pitch.
Get it put
stuff.
out there at 3 and just end like a rally.
Hell yeah.
Kyle Lewis at 4. Kind of go over that.
Mm-hmm.
I have Tom Marucci at 5 right now.
I love Tom. Like I said,
I really
think he hits bombs.
What I like about him at 5 is that he can hit a bomb if need be, or he can restart the lineup kind of right
Absolutely,
there.
Yeah.
Get on the base pass, and he can even create some havoc on the base pass. He's quick. He's fast. He's a good athlete.
For a catcher? Hell
exactly.
yeah. Hell yeah.
And he's good at getting on base too.
Yeah.
So I'd like him at 5. Right now I have Evan White at 6. I could see him moving up.
Oh yeah.
If the bat keeps going, and he could even reach 2, honestly.
Because he has speed too.
That's what I'm saying. He could even reach 2. I have him just starting off at 6. I feel like that's a safe place to start him off. He's still, trying to find himself a little bit.
Absolutely.
I feel like 6 is a good place to put him at.
Such a difficult jump from AA to majors
but 6
last
is
year.
still a place where you can still feel like, okay, I'm
a part of
exactly.
I'm a contributor. I'm not fucking 9. I'm not 8.
Exactly. I have Ty France at 7. A little bit of power.
Yeah. At the bottom half of a lineup. Yeah.
Exactly. I've got Dylan Moore at 8, and then Jose Marmoleos Diaz at 9.
Okay.
Those two, I feel like maybe could be in the lineup at any other points during the season, but I feel like most of the time they're going to be. I could
towards
the later half.
Because like what some teams do, it's like they see that 9 as like a second leadoff hitter.
Exactly. You could put Dylan Moore there,
and Dylan Moore there could be great because like you said, we've seen him at 2. He could be at 2. He could be at even 1. Who knows? So if you have him at 9, I think that's a bonus.
Yeah. So that's kind of how my lineup's looking right now, projected wise. Bench, I do have Torrens. Of course, your backup catcher.
Absolutely.
I have Fraley.
Sunshine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be there the entire season. We'll see. I have Trammell making out of camp, I think.
Hell yeah.
I think he's going to do it. I did bring up a 4th just in case. And this guy's he's kind of an unknown kind of guy. Not many people know who he is, but utility, Sam Haggerty. He's been hitting really well.
And he's fast.
Training. He's quick. He plays like 4 different positions.
He goes and he's still second on the first pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm gonna wait for this guy's move and I'm leaving.
And he's one of his positions on Baseball Reference is listed as pinch runner. So you know
that he's got speed.
So I kind of like him at the beginning of the season.
Okay, I like that.
We'll see. So
it's nice to have athletes on the base paths for sure.
Exactly. That's just kind of what I'm looking at with the Mariners. I'm hoping. I think during the season things are definitely going to change with that bench and even with that lineup for sure.
I think we're going to be.
I think that there's people coming up, people going down.
Absolutely.
At some points we're going to have probably a 6-man rotation versus a 5-man rotation, which is going to affect things.
Yep.
The bullpen's going to have people going in and out, which is going to affect the lineup at times and people coming in and out. So it's going to be different. But that's just kind of how I feel right now based on what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. So yeah.
No, I like that because like with the 6-man rotation, I could see that. Obviously frustrating, do you guys believe in Yusei Kikuchi? Do you think that this is his last year? Wasn't it a 3-year deal?
I'm not sure. I didn't really research
I'd have to look up. I'm not trying to get into pitching, but with that, as far as like from a roster standpoint, it's so tough with it's a good problem to have. Like we have all these pitchers, like Justin Dunn is such like a wild card. Like he sees himself as a starter, but in reality, is he going to take Logan Gilbert's spot? Is he going to take Emerson Hancock's spot? And because I think we're committed to Marco, to Justice, and that's where you get into Yusei Kikuchi. I don't know if he's if he.
I think the problem is you're kind of stuck with his contract right now, right? I'm guessing, and
that's what I'm trying to look up real quick. Signed through 2021. That's what I thought. It was 3 years.
Okay, so one more year. It's not like they're going to cut him this year. They're going to let him pitch it out.
Oh, absolutely.
See how it goes. He's shown that he can pitch.
Yeah.
Struggles
with control, stuff like that, and just being consistent and not giving up the long ball. Which, dude, his first year was I think he gave up like 30 homers.
Yeah.
That was bad.
He doesn't throw very fast, so it's a lot of soft stuff. And
very true.
It doesn't move very much. Someone's going to get a hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
36 home runs he gave up in 2019.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's got to lead the league.
That's a lot. Well, anything else on the Mariners?
This Kelenic news really bummed me out. As much as I didn't have him, as much as
I've been reading, what's the time frame on it? because I've been reading like a week.
He'll tell you.
But I was reading like
if
6
Kelnick
weeks.
was sitting right next to us, he's saying I'll be back in 3 weeks, no problem. But when you think about that, 3 weeks, that puts us at the end of March.
Yeah.
And we start in 3 days, and I can't just have you rev it up, possibly hurt it again, and then you're out 2 more months, or possibly a worse injury.
Yeah, baseball injuries are the worst.
Exactly. Like
There's nagging.
Exactly. So that's the thing. If we can, as long as the long-term outlook is positive, which I think it is, if he gets that full 6 weeks of rest where he can come back in and, I mean, AAA is delayed a month, the alternate training site, all that. But I was super bummed. I didn't have him making it out of camp, but it's like, can we just stay healthy, please?
I would hate not letting him, letting him push it, honestly. But I think
he's the type of player I think he played
let
on
him
it.
be competitive and like let him push it. But at the same time, I think he's 20 years old.
I know.
It's not really worth it to just put him out there in a AAA game and, or too early and see if he gets hurt. So, yeah, it's a bummer, but
he's 21.
21.
He'll be 22. I think he has the same birthday as me. No. It's in July. I know it is. Can't remember what it was, though. But I know what you're saying. Julio's 21.
Yeah, Julio's young. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but we'll go over more Mariners as the off season progresses. Next week we'll go over not sure yet, maybe pitching.
Yeah.
So
Real quick little gripe. I'm so upset at Root Sports.
I mean, who hasn't been upset with Root Sports
since their inception?
Yeah, or at some point within
when
the last,
they moved away from FSN. Yeah, it sucks, dude. We don't have any games televised to watch these players.
It's been a pretty poor production for like the last 20 years.
It just sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, could I listen on the radio? Yeah, I could. No, I'm not gonna. I want to watch this, and I watched all 9 innings against the Cubs this week. I watched every single pitch, all of that.
Yeah.
I'm watching Kelnick go yard. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of fucking services.
I think it really carried.
Yeah. It was windy.
Yeah.
But showed the power.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly a pull ball. It was,
a little
left
oppo,
center.
Little oppo center.
Absolutely.
Okay. So before the show, we did do a segment with Huey/Carl, our buddy, and we're going to name the segment Carl's Corner, where we ask him questions and most about gambling. Yeah. And it will be in here.
We're gonna play it right now after he's done introducing it.
Sweet. Okay. Here's Carl's Corner.
All right.
Welcome to Carl's Corner, a new segment on Benchwarmers podcast, where we just ask Huey questions and Carl questions,
and he has answers.
And he has answers, of course. We're gonna stick mostly to gambling and see what he has to say.
Let's hear it.
Does anybody have any questions to start off? Anybody? Or do I only have?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. I'm the one with the questions.
Yeah, you're the guru.
Okay, guy. Okay. That's a lot of pressure now. That's just on me. Carl, big hockey guy now, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
Why?
Because I like gambling. I like making money.
Yeah, I like making free money.
But like, when did this? Okay, like I know I was probably there when it started, but you didn't gamble on hockey before the season. Maybe very rarely.
Season for the playoffs.
Sure, but not regular season ever. Maybe very rarely.
No, we didn't have anything to gamble. When Bama first half line isn't there,
and that's his go-to. That's his go-to is a Bama first half line.
Usually you stuck to NBA or something like that, or college basketball. You didn't branch out to hockey, but now that you're I mean,
with Lars,
okay.
Lars.
Yeah. Lars gave you some picks, and then it led to something else, and then led to another thing, and
you get a little bit of terminology.
Are you
Donnybrook?
There we go.
Donnybrook. There you go.
Jesus, I love it.
Do you actually think that you're net positive on hockey this season?
I think so. I think I've hit too many
parlays.
Like 3 or 4 teamers.
I was about to say, how many do you do?
Really positive.
Yeah, but it gives you a good edge there to give good. Can I speak English? A good leg up on things to get those parlays going. So that makes sense.
Yeah. With hockey games, do you guys just do is it called a goal spread or is it a point spread? Like do you guys money lines, all that shit?
Line.
The puck line.
Puck line? Okay, that's what I was. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was asking. It's not gonna. See, I sound like an idiot.
This is why we have Carl's
That's
Corner.
Right. I'm trying to learn.
A big hockey guy.
Yeah, big hockey guy.
Huge hockey guy.
So what's the puck line, and that means that you're betting on the spread?
Yeah, I don't really go for that. It's really hard. I mean, hockey is just. I like to pick winners. I look for the.
You're just winners. You're just doing not like an over under or anything like that.
You're just doing money lines.
I dabble. but
you dabble with over-unders
on the spread. A little bit.
Okay.
If you get a good lead, if you see two teams that are high scoring, like
hell yeah, and it's like 8
if Florida's playing Tampa, I was like that they
Florida's
score a
playing
lot.
Tampa, nice.
Florida
I know the
Thrashers.
differential; it's high.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, the Atlanta
Say
Thrashers.
Thrashers.
What's the Florida? It's the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
The Atlanta Thrashers,
The
right?
Atlanta Thrashers, Florida Panthers.
Yeah, but I don't think Atlanta Thrashers is in the National Hockey League.
Oh,
I
well,
think you guys just
the Kraken took
hold
them.
that
The
from
Kraken
somewhere
took them over, right? Are we wrong? It's the Atlanta Thrashers. Can somebody Wikipedia that, please?
Well, listen, in the 2 seasons that I've bet on, I have not bet on the Atlanta Thrashers.
Okay, well, we'll see. Well, Beastie's looking it up. Does anybody else have any more hockey questions, or should we move on to the next one?
Oh yeah, I'm too uneducated.
Too uneducated.
Absolutely, they're the Atlanta Thrashers. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, they're real.
I played
okay, cool.
video games.
Big
I know what the
hockey
hell's
over
going
here.
on.
Well, I'm
Tripping.
not betting on them.
Well, you didn't educate CUTS enough to ask more questions, so we're gonna move on. Surprise, right? Just kidding. Love you,
Yeah,
CTS. Yeah.
Yeah, I was fixing a technical issue.
Okay, but honestly, you've sent me some future bets here recently.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen one, but I'm sure that you have more out there. Can we?
Just
Yeah, just a little bit. Can we go over those a little bit?
Sure. You want to start with the one you saw? I mean, I think it's a great value bet.
Great value, but yeah, of course. You're just putting money down the toilet. But go ahead, say what it is.
Seattle Mariners win in the West.
And what's
plus 2,500.
Oh
So
my God.
Wow.
You put $10 on, you win $2,500.
No, 10 wins you 250.
That's bullshit. That's not enough.
I mean, yeah, I think so. But then I think there's a chance
You
we'll win.
legit? You think we're gonna compete with the Angels
No,
and the
he
Astros?
doesn't. He did this last season too.
Oh God.
Okay, he did this last season too.
It's
Gotcha.
gonna happen one of these days.
It is.
Come out
It
kind of
is.
positive.
Like we keep saying, next season.
I
There's
put
always
my
next
share
season.
on the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl
Shut
last
up.
6 years. And
Yeah,
I've been
but
just
that
fucking,
makes
why don't I just
that makes a little
light
bit
this
more
money
sense.
on fire?
That
yeah.
makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. Because
Mariners, you're
I
literally
put
putting
money
down.
down for that.
yeah.
All right, what other? Okay, well, go Mariners.
Go Nerds, baby.
I highly doubt it happens. I'm
Yeah.
rooting for you. I'm rooting for the Mariners. But what else do you have out there right now? Anything else?
As soon as AD injury happened, I put 10 to win 44 on the Clippers. It's not really a huge bet
Overall?
But, I thought
To win it
yeah,
all.
to win it all.
So that's a plus 440.
What are the Nets at?
I got that right here. Actually, the NBA bets might be off because All-Star.
Yeah, if
Not
you guys
fair.
forgot, the All-Star game is today. Big news.
I
Huge
yelled
news.
at Ben on Friday.
Every player is upset that it's even happening. Like, there's not one that's like, oh yeah, I'm
Well,
stoked to play this.
Embiid and Simmons are both out because of close contact.
Oh, Booker's out.
because their barber got COVID.
They did it on purpose.
And so now everyone's like, why the fuck are we still playing the game?
Booker's out.
Yeah,
Left knee problem or
PG's
something.
Pissed.
Well, and then, like, let's be honest, the reason why they're playing the game is because they need the money.
Yeah.
Money.
Like, NBA Top Shot's making them their most money right now.
Yeah, they're trying to get their.
Okay,
they're
well,
trying to. They're trying to get their
Yeah.
moments. Their
Yeah.
all-star moments.
Okay, well, I actually don't mind that bet. I mean, I assume AD is going to come back and he's going to be fine.
Dominate.
But
You think so?
am I wrong? I don't know. Is he really hurt?
Anthony Davis?
Is he really that hurt?
Yeah.
Oh,
They think that they could. It's similar to what Kevin did. Kevin Durant
I
did.
had
He could.
I had no clue it was that
If he
bad.
tries to rev that thing up, he could tear an Achilles.
Fuck. They just put so much pressure on their bodies. They're huge, these people. And honestly, though, like that's a lot of
Let's
pressure.
play an All-Star game.
That's true.
But let's play an all-star
Yeah,
game.
that's
Exactly,
true.
Carl.
That's true.
Exactly.
All right, well, what other futures do you have? That's how much I pay attention to NBA, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
How much what other futures you got?
The only other two I have are hockey, because again, value bets.
Yeah,
And they're
big
still
NHL
$5.
guy.
You know,
That's
Sure.
right.
I'm a big Montreal Canadiens fan. I think they play a good amount.
So
And I
$5
also got the
$5 to win the whole thing?
yeah, 5 to win the Stanley. Wins 55.
Okay. So
And
plus
that's
250?
plus.
No, that's plus
No, that's
750.
plus 1,100.
1,100. Yeah. 11 times 5.
And then another value bet for hockey, I went with the Carolina Hurricanes plus 1,200, 5 to win 60.
Okay. Have you looked at any NFL futures as of late?
I looked this morning because I knew I was going to be on here and I knew the question was going to come up.
That a baby.
I got to say, it's kind of all over the board. I feel like there's some teams that are like undervalued, but then you go, are they going to really beat like the Chiefs or
out of the AFC,
Tom
like
Brady
you're
Buccaneers.
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, I just don't think the Bucks are going to win again, just because back to back is
Really hard to do.
almost never happens. I did lay down some bets, Huey. I didn't tell you this yet on the futures.
You always hide them from me.
Well, it was so early that I didn't really think it was like a massive deal. Here, I'm going to go to our website really quickly and sign on.
The ones I've been eyeballing, probably like the Bills. I like them a lot.
I think
They're
I
like
put
plus
some money on
900.
the Bills as well.
God, I'm just anti-Bills Mafia. I'm not but
the
I just
odds.
no, yeah,
I'm going to tell you the odds in a
It's,
second.
yeah,
they're value
it's value.
picks. Okay, so I see that.
They are value picks.
like the Colts are 1,800, and it's like they have a really good defense, and if
They're gonna have a new quarterback. Yeah.
Okay, so I
if you
actually
can play
didn't,
any kind of football.
I actually
Sure.
didn't put any money on the Bills. These are just little tenors that I put on. I put 10 on the Patriots at plus 3,600
To do what?
to win it
Wow.
all.
Wow.
I'm just thinking if they get a quarterback.
Do you think they could just plug back in?
Say they trade for Deshaun Watson. I mean, like,
Their
That's
receivers, though, Ben, they're playmakers. Besides quarterback, very not good.
true. But then again, they have all the cap space in the world, too.
No,
to
that's
do
true.
something.
Yeah, they could make.
I'm just saying,
they
like,
could get
and Bill, like,
Don't count them out.
yeah.
Don't count them out. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
That plus 3,600 was hard to pass up on.
Yeah. What'd you put down?
Just $10 to win 360. That's what I'm saying. Like, I
If
feel
it
like
happens,
that's
then I'm a genius.
I feel like that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I also put $10 on the Titans. To
Okay.
win it all at plus
Okay.
2,400.
They're
You believe in
they're pretty
Tannehill,
low.
Henry, AJ Brown?
I was surprised at plus 2,400, right, Huey?
Yeah, I saw that earlier, and I was just like, that seems weird. They were just almost on the brink of going to the Super Bowl like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, and they seem like the type of team where if they do somehow get a defense together, which they did have in 2019.
Yeah. They
had
just ran into the
defense.
Chiefs.
Yeah, but if they somehow get a defense back together, they seem to have the best complementary offense to, take them far in the playoffs.
Derrick Henry's very good.
with the defense.
Derrick
So,
Henry's very good. And he's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
good late in the
Very
year.
good.
and Ryan
Understatement.
Tannehill's play action is ridiculous.
Very
so,
true.
like, that's what I'm saying with a good defense.
He doesn't wow you, but he makes
No.
winning plays.
And with that kind of defense, that's perfect. Like,
Yeah.
that's a perfect
Just a game manager, but I hate that
with a
fucking
good run
term.
game too.
Exactly.
With a good run game
Yeah.
too. With a good defense. Just saying.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Pound the rock, play good D.
I'm trying to get ahead of free agency in the draft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Try to bet on things.
See if things, yeah.
And then I
Borderline
also
move.
laid 2,500. Or sorry, I don't have that. Kind of
whoa,
money.
whoa.
I don't have that kind of money, and I don't have that kind of credit line on this website.
One day.
I have $25 on the Chiefs to win $100 at plus 400. It's
Okay.
a safe bet.
It is a safe bet.
I feel like
I think they could be in the AFC title
I
game.
just feel like they're going to be back strong next year again.
Pissed
And-
off.
Yeah,
Or not
exactly.
pissed off. Yeah, they're frustrated.
And even at plus 400, that's still a pretty decent bet, I feel like. So,
if they had both their tackles in that game, we would have not watched that bloodbath.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
yeah. Well,
Pretty brutal.
any other future bets, Huey, that you've been looking at recently?
Futures, no. Just
Any
finding-
college
trying to find-
football, Huey?
You know what? I never look. Let's look.
Well, let's
right
check
now.
that out.
I haven't
Why
really.
wouldn't-
Okay.
why
Beast
wouldn't
Stu's
I put my money on
interested.
Bama,
We're
though?
big CFP guys.
Beast Stu's interested. I like that. I haven't looked much either, to be honest with you. Oh, by the way, how's Jordan Spieth doing?
He is still sitting in third, I believe.
I saw
Bryson
him.
is-
Huey's got a
I saw him
live.
shoot.
Huey's got a live winning bet on Spieth.
Does he really?
Yeah,
He had a hole in one yesterday.
I know.
Well,
Unbelievable.
hopefully, he has a couple today. That'd be great.
Need a couple aces, couple of.
I don't
yeah.
see college up right now.
It isn't. Okay. Maybe I'm just jumping the gun there.
We'll take a look. We want to take a look at NFL divisions really quickly.
Oh yeah, like who's going to win? Like
He's
the
actually in fifth now.
NFC West and
You want to look at NFC West? Let's go take a look, huh?
I guarantee you that we're not favored right now.
What do you think that we're not? There's two teams ahead of us that are actually favored.
Cardinals?
No. This is weird.
The Cardinals aren't favored?
No.
What the fuck?
So okay, let's just play a little game here.
Let's do
These
it.
two.
Yeah.
What do you think the Cardinals are at? Like if you had to give them like a plus number.
I like this game.
400.
You're actually close. It's plus 550. Damn it. And they're by far the farthest ones out.
Really?
Like they're fourth, yeah. Yeah.
Wow. With the JJ stuff and maybe Kingsbury figures it out.
I don't know.
They looked great for half the year.
8 games. All right, what about the
These
Niners?
dudes jumping on the
Niners?
Cardinals. Then.
Yeah. That's a good value bet then if you want to take it.
Plus
These are low, by the way. They're all pluses, but they're low.
Okay. 110?
125 for the Niners.
Okay.
Rams, same thing at plus 125. And then the Hawks, go ahead, I'll let you guess on that one.
100.
It's higher than the rest than the other two, but below the Cardinals.
Oh. Plus 145?
They're actually plus 200.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Double
They're
your
just
money.
waiting for this stuff to die down. Once we get,
you gotta remember this is all before free agency.
Yeah.
All before the drafts.
Yeah.
All before cuts.
I just assume that I'm not saying JJ Watt's going to come in and just
Trades.
dominate, but God,
I mean, he's gonna provide you with 8 to 10 sacks probably.
yeah. And no
Chandler
double teams with
Jones.
Chandler Jones. Fuck that.
Yeah.
If you're a Seahawk fan.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, next week we have Carl's Corner. We can go over some more divisions with Carl.
Hell yeah.
This was fun though.
Thanks.
Sounds good.
Let's have another Carl's Corner sometime soon. And thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Go Spieth. That's all I got, really.
Bye, Carl.
Peace.
Later, man.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk about like an actually good team.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they are good, but
At least they're making the playoffs
yeah,
every
exactly.
year. Yeah.
Seattle Seahawks, the team just right down the street.
Yes.
They're at a point in the season where they're hitting a pretty pivotal point with free agency, drafts, cuts, restructures, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a franchise tag option.
Yep.
Or transition tag as well. That's due on March 9th. I personally don't think they're going to use it. If they did, it'd be a very slim, maybe like 2% chance on Griffin.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
When we tag Clark and then we just shipped him.
yeah, exactly.
Is there going to be a market for Shaq Griffin, though?
So
I don't know.
yeah, so I think we're on the same page that, and Schneider never uses it.
No.
So it's just not really something.
I think Frank Clark was the first time that he actually
Exactly.
did it.
It was.
Yeah.
So I think we're kind of on the same page that
Yeah.
that's just,
There's no one really up for.
yeah.
There's nobody.
I literally,
No
like I
realistic
said,
options.
Griffin, maybe like a 1.52% chance.
Yeah.
It's very
It's
slim.
very rare. Very, very slim
And
chance that we
it
do that. Yeah.
most likely won't happen.
Exactly.
But then you got to move on to cuts and restructures probably before you get to free agency.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you could do after free agency too, but there's a couple guys that you could cut to open up some cap space
Yes.
or restructure.
Or extend or you stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something move bonuses around, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? Any guys that stand out to you
That we're gonna cut or let walk?
or restructure?
Restructuring Carlos Dunlap.
Yeah, and originally I think it was more of a cut, but
Yeah.
from what I've heard recently is he's actually willing to renegotiate
Yeah.
his contract a little bit. And
Being in Cincy for as long as he was, seeing how bad things could be, and then coming into a fresh locker room, a player's locker room,
Yeah.
player's coach, you can be yourself, all that.
and John Schneider's made it pretty obvious that he wants him,
Yeah.
which probably also helps.
He
things, too.
resurged his
Yeah.
career almost when he came here. He's like, "Oh my God, I've got a
Yeah.
future Hall of Famer right behind me, and Bobby Wagner. I've got an incredible safety tandem."
And also, no offense to Cincinnati, but Seattle, Cincinnati. Like if you're making all the money in the world, like a football player does, and you can afford to live in the city of Seattle versus Cincinnati,
Or
like,
Bellevue or wherever they want to.
that's
exactly,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like,
Come on.
no
you
offense
kidding me?
to Cincinnati. Like it is a nice city. I've been there. It's a great city, but it's not Seattle.
It isn't. And
Especially if you're
yeah.
making money.
Yeah.
So just another reason why I think Carlos Dunlap does restructure and stays with the Hawks, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is
That's
awesome.
big time for us just to
It's
have a
huge. It's
a
massive.
staple on our line. That'd be awesome.
Someone that can get some sacks, some
Yeah.
pressure on the quarterback, which has been times
Huge.
missing.
Yeah, and it's been missing. Yeah.
Do you have anyone else that you think would be cut or restructured?
I mean, Jamal Adams comes to mind. I would love to just extend him right now.
Sure.
I said that those were my two top priorities with him and Dunlap. Just to free up some money, let him know that he's a part of our future. We believe in the guy, all that good stuff. And I mean, the Russell stuff it's hard to make money appear without doing stuff like that. And I think a Frank Clark trade, I said it last week,
Yeah.
I think that's coming. And I just don't know who it's going to be. I've heard Lockett's name, as a possibility. He's
I don't
making
think Russ would be
exactly. That's the thing.
happy about that at all.
No,
That's just a safety blanket, honestly.
Yeah, he is.
That really
I'm not
That's
for
like
it.
his-
It's just that
that's like his Doug
it's-
Baldwin.
Yeah, that rumor is flying because I forgot how much he's making.
And I love DK Metcalf.
Right.
But it's just Lockett can make catches that no one else can, honestly.
That Arizona game was so incredible to
Yeah.
watch. The deep bomb over the shoulder, and God, his
Yeah.
one-handers
That's what I'm
with
saying.
being covered. I love the guy.
He's consistent.
Yeah.
And he's almost automatic.
It's just hard to keep everybody. We've known that. You can go back to when we were winning Super Bowls. It's hard when you've got, Richards upset about how much he's making. Cam wants to make more. Earl wants to make more.
Totally.
Bennett wanted to make more. All that.
Totally.
It's hard to make everybody happy. And that's why we know that the cap space is a myth. And we know that we can make money appear out of thin air.
And they did just come up with
and
the new cap
restructures.
numbers too.
Yeah.
And it did lower.
And
overall.
and already the cap is going down. This is just a bad year
It
for this
just
bad
continues to
news to
fuck the
happen.
Hawks, to be honest.
Yeah, no doubt.
There were 2 players that I thought that could be cut, to be honest with you, to save some money.
Let's hear it.
The first one is Quandre Diggs.
Woof. You want to cut that guy? I want to restructure him.
Well, I mean, that's okay. So if you can restructure him, that'd be great.
Who?
But I just don't know if he's willing to restructure. And I think that, let's see, I have the money here.
Well, he came from Detroit.
Yeah.
Shit franchise.
I think if you cut him,
Who you putting back there? Marquise Blair's playing nickelback. He's already switched, so we have nobody behind him.
I know, but is Diggs really worth? I think it was like almost like 16 million. He's making a lot of money. I think
He has 2 pick sixes in 2 seasons. He makes good plays.
I know. I'm not knocking him, but I just don't know
Remember
if
when
he's
he
worth
got
that money. And like we've been saying, cap space is tough. We
It
have
is,
to do
yeah,
things
I
to
know.
make money.
I know. Very true.
I'm not like, and sometimes you have to make tough cuts.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it's one guy you can look at.
I like that.
Another guy you
As a
can look at,
possibility.
I think, is Jerron Reed
Cutting him
or restructure.
or restructure. I think we should. Yeah. I
Again,
know.
much rather restructure.
Right.
But again, some of these guys don't want to restructure, and if you can cut them and save some money and get some more cap space, it might
year
be
too
worth it.
early rather than a year too late, man. That's the phrase. So
Yeah, and so
that's
like,
tough.
and again, that's how the world of cuts is. It's tough.
I know it's a
And
business.
there's not a whole lot of people that cut on this team, to be honest with you. When you look at it, there really isn't.
Just the fan in me is like, I don't want to see this guy in another uniform and watch him just
And I
take
get
off
it.
for another
And I get it.
franchise.
And that's why we have John Schneider.
I know.
He's going to make the moves that's good for the organization. Now, I'm not saying these 2 are going to be cut, but I wouldn't be exactly surprised to see one of them cut, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't. We'll see.
I'm now sorry. I've just been marinating with that Diggs stuff, and yeah, 60 million is a 16 million.
Let me make
is a
sure. Let me make sure on that. But go ahead.
Yeah, I could get on board with that. I really thought before Marquise Blair tore his ACL week 1, which just sucked. He was one of my breakout players. He was a safety, specifically a free safety, because strong safety, he's a little too slight to.
You're talking about Marquise?
Yeah, Marquise Blair. So if we wanted to make that switch back, which is, man, he's already
right.
played that position.
So right now, the Hawks currently have about $4.5 million in cap room.
Mhm.
Okay, if you cut Diggs, okay. Let me do this. By the way, over the cap, I'm using that. It's great. You can
yeah, that's the best
literally
site
cut
ever.
them. You would get up. So it's $6 million. You get up to $10 million. You're
Get a nice lineman.
That's what I'm saying.
Nice offensive lineman.
And then if you end up cutting Jerron Reed as well, you're up to nearly $20 million.
I'm about to say, is that another 10?
Yeah. I'm not saying that these are the best players to cut, but I also am saying that defensive linemen you can find relatively easily in this league. Especially interior defensive linemen.
Hell yeah.
I know safeties don't exactly grow on trees, but I don't think Quandre Diggs is exactly like a prominent safety that like you really have to.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. But like I said, that's $10 million.
I think when they
that's $16 million in cap room right there that you're like, what can I do with that?
Yeah. And you see what they're, Quandre Diggs was just a poor man's Earl Thomas, in my opinion. When we got him, you get him out of Detroit, just like with Dunlap. Like,
you got him out of a bad situation for a good price.
Yeah, giving them a good situation, a better locker room, more all pros are around you, stuff like that. And just a better locker room, a better experience, better fan base, whatever you want to say.
And I feel like he's made the best out of it.
Oh,
but
no
I do
doubt.
feel like his play has declined a little bit.
There were times, yeah.
And like you said, you want to be out in front of it rather than
behind it.
behind it.
Yeah. I'm with
and
that.
these guys decline really quickly.
it's not for long. NFL, not for long. I know.
And so
I know.
just one thing that stood out in my head when I was going through which by the way, Over the Cap is a great website. This is awesome.
I have it bookmarked.
I'm literally,
I'm addicted to it.
Have you messed around with the cap calculator?
Yeah.
Portion? I'm using that right now where you're just cutting people and it shows.
And it shows what you, yeah.
I mean, that's
it's a genius website.
Just awesome.
Genius
How
creation.
did you find out about it?
I've been using it for a while.
Yeah. I heard about it.
But how was it like put on? Like how did?
Well, I think at one point I'm just like searching NFL contracts or something like that.
Yeah.
And I went to Spot Track first.
Spot Track's good.
But it costs money eventually.
Yeah.
Over
Can't
the
do
cap
a lot.
is
Free.
Wow.
And so I'm like, why
Even
the fuck wouldn't I use this?
Sites like
And I've
Sports
used
Reference.
it for everything. I've used it for, I mean,
Does
like,
it have contracts on there? Like
I'll show you. This.
Oh, it's himself that has the cap.
Yeah, I'll show you this right now, Cameron, just to kind of show you this. But like, this is kind of bad for podcasting, but that's what it looks
He's
like.
curious. Wants to learn.
So it's almost like it's almost like a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And
It's an Excel,
but what I'm showing Beast to is I can cut these players, and that number will change up there. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
I like that. So you're playing around with it and you're like, hey, Quandre, see ya.
16
hey,
million.
Jaron, bye.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I
That's
like
pretty
that.
cool.
So
With how we have been in the past, cutting players like that is not. I'm trying to think of players that we've just cut. Just see you later. Bye.
not many.
Not many.
There's been a couple, but not many.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you would get rid of both, but maybe one of them.
Could happen.
And then there's
Lockett wasn't a cut for me. He was more of like a trade package.
no, totally. And I think that's another thing is if you can trade any of the guys too and good, good
very
value
true.
back,
Yeah.
then hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. There's also people from our team that are going to be free agents.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest being KJ Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you stand on him?
I want him here. Said it last week. I'll say it until he's not here, which I think is coming. It's going to be hard to watch him in another. I hope he doesn't go to our division, like a Sherman type of deal. Don't want that. I don't know if anybody in our division can afford him, but just seeing him, I mean, he's great. He had fucking 11 tackles for loss last year. He's just playing outside of his mind.
I feel like he's just been one of the more consistent Seahawks in the last 10 years.
I'm trying to think when did he get hurt?
He's durable.
He only played like 5 games.
Yeah, but other than that, he's
been great.
He's been durable.
I know. And at the linebacker position,
that's tough to find.
Really
and
hard
I think
to find.
when you have
6'4", he's huge.
Yeah, and when you have
huge.
2 linebackers, and he's really good in coverage.
Yeah,
like really good in coverage on tight ends and running backs. And also when you get two linebackers together like Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright, and they've been playing together for 8 years. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they don't even need to like talk to each other on the field. They know where they're going, where the other defensive players are.
Yep,
and that's hard to find.
Yeah,
so breaking that up
is tough.
That's not easy.
When you draft Jordan Brooks in the first round,
and he played well at times. He did.
Played with his head on fire a little bit, and he's fast.
Mentally, is he completely there?
Right.
Like, is he Bobby and KJ mentally?
No. Bobby is a once in a generation type player.
There's
for him
some
to come in,
players.
Yeah.
To ever don a Seahawks uniform, to be
no
honest, in my
question.
opinion.
And him, when Bobby came here, he got it. He was on it from the jump,
for sure.
And we're like, okay, this is my middle linebacker.
Yeah,
this is him.
Yeah, and then perfect complement to his left with KJ.
Exactly, having that
or right wherever you want to put.
That's when I think about Bobby more than KJ, of keeping KJ and letting Bobby walk. I mean, the cap space is obviously different, or the cap hits that they both take are very different. 17.5 versus what is KJ?
I got you. Hold on. Sorry.
Over the cap. Over the cap.
Taking a rip right here.
Sorry. I don't want to just say numbers.
Sorry. Oh, I'm on the 2021 because I'm on the.
Obviously, we don't even know his number, but just give me his number last year because he's
no. I got you. Sorry, I'm not there. Give me a second. I apologize. I'm almost there.
You're good.
Okay, here we go. He is. Where the fuck are you, bitch? Let's use the player search, huh? That might help things. This is bad radio podcast.
No, it's not.
We're here.
We're trying to figure it out real quick.
God, this guy's been in the season. He's been in the NFL for 10 seasons now.
Yeah,
that's impressive. All right, so in 2020, he made $5 million base salary, roster bonus $1 million. So he was a cap number of $10 million last season.
Okay,
in 2020,
and I think
in the 2-year contract, he was $15 million. So roughly about 7.5 each year.
And I think he's gonna want.
He wants around 7.5 to $8 million a year. I feel like, right?
And I don't think he wants just like a 1-year deal. I think he wants.
No,
like
he's
a
gonna want like He's going like a 3 to 4.
Yeah.
End his
I don't know
career.
if 3 to 4. What is he? 32?
2 to 3. End his career there, though.
Yeah.
End his career wherever he goes.
Exactly. And that's what's tough, man. When I think about splitting those guys up, but why did you draft Jordan Brooks in the first round unless you thought about it?
I guess to fill maybe the other linebacker spot.
Very true. Yeah, you got Barton and Shaq, the other Griffin.
Don't forget about Ben
and Burke Irvin.
Yeah.
Special teams
BBK.
guru.
Former dog legend.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, he took Azim Victor's job.
That
just
dude was
right
a
from
beast
him
on the field.
I know he
There you
was.
go.
He was a tackling machine.
He really was. He was the perfect college linebacker up there with Scooby Wright.
Oh my God. Arizona. I remember
Shout
that.
out to all the Arizona fans.
I
out there
remember
listening
that
to
guy.
this podcast.
I remember
I know
him.
Joe Bellafie's gonna love that one.
Scooby, what an all-time football name. But it's hard to dissect that with Bobby, because I think he could be the Frank Clark guy that we trade, that we give away. We get rid of that contract,
Yeah.
and
If that happens, man, you've been calling it. I'm gonna give you major props.
He's just making too much with my. We could spend that on a center. We could spend that on another defensive lineman.
I mean,
especially with Brooks waiting in the wings, and if we think he is who we think.
It's hard to justify paying a middle linebacker all that money.
Yeah,
but it's not really that hard to justify paying an all-pro middle linebacker.
Number one rated middle
5
linebacker,
seasons,
no doubt.
all that money.
And
but at the same time, you could make an argument that you pay a lesser linebacker lesser money, but he's still an effective linebacker,
right?
But then
like Jordan Brooks,
but then
on a rookie
spend it
contract.
on more important positions like the offensive
line that your quarterback is complaining about of getting hit all the time.
I do think that unless things get really crazy, KJ Wright will be a Seahawk next season.
Okay,
that's kind of how I feel. Unless Russ gets traded, or like things,
if
Bobby gets traded, unless things really get crazy, I think he's a Hawk next season.
That would just be what an insane offseason. Insane offseason.
So speaking of next season, who do you think you could see in a Seahawks season or Seahawks uniform next season, free agent wise?
Oh, okay. Let's do that. My two.
I can also go. I can name one, and you can name one. You want to do that?
Okay.
I'll name my first one. I have David Andrews, center, Patriots.
Yep.
Had a major health scare in 2019, I think.
That was a couple years ago. Yeah.
2018,
yeah.
I think.
I think it was,
I think it was a cancer scare, wasn't it?
Yep.
Which is super scary. But he came back last year and played his butt off.
Mm-hmm.
Played really well. Not a lot of people took notice because it was in the Patriots offense that was anemic.
To put it lightly.
Yeah. And so he didn't get a whole lot of pub. And that's kind of good for us, to be honest with you, which means he gets a lesser contract. And
he's a cheap option.
Hopefully we can afford
a cheap good option.
And I think we can afford him.
Yeah.
And I know that he's not the Corey Linsley sexy option. Yeah. I get that. I understand that. The all pro. I get that. But he is a little bit of a cheaper option that I think can still be really serviceable.
A definite upgrade from Ethan Posich.
Exactly.
Are you shitting me?
Exactly.
No question. I'm with that. I actually love that. I do have Corey Linsley if we want to stay on that. If we want to stay on the offensive line. I love Corey Linsley. And I think
the
Packers.
I knew you were going to pick him, so that's why
I like that.
Else.
Thank you for doing that.
Sure.
But with the Packers letting him walk, that's a player I think Russ would go, okay.
And did they let him walk just because of the cap?
Yeah. I mean, with this Rodgers stuff and
I get you.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is Devontae's contract situation? I feel like he might have to get paid soon or something. Or did
he still? No, he
did he get paid?
I think he did.
I feel like he's going to want to get paid more though.
He wants to be number one, and he
deserves it.
He is
had
my
20 touchdowns last
year.
year.
He is my number one wide receiver in the NFL.
I didn't mean to go on that tangent. Sorry.
No, you're good. Happens.
It happens. This is a sports show.
On the defensive side of the ball, if I could give my other favorite.
Sure. Okay, so you did like Corey Linsley.
Corey Linsley
was your first one.
He's not going to be cheap. But if we move money around, make some moves,
sure.
I think he could
go to the Ben plan, start cutting like people left and right.
Yeah. See you later. See you later. See you later. I like that.
Exactly.
But if you,
so I do it in all my video games, just cut people,
cut, trade, release, all that. If you that is a player that I think Russ goes, okay, they're trying to fix this problem.
Yeah,
that's so apparent.
And I think even Andrews would help with that too.
Yeah,
I think even Russ would be like, totally love it. I love that.
Hell yeah,
yeah.
As long as you're not drafting these guys that don't pan out, that aren't good. And also, you actually go and spend money on the offensive line. That be a lot of people that would make Russ happy.
A lot of people, I think, discount how important the center position is.
Oh my god!
It might not be the most sexy position. Like it's not the tackle where They're outside on the edge and they're taking on edge
with
defenders.
protection cues.
They're not.
All
They
that.
might not even be inside pulling all the time and
Right.
making sexy blocks on the outside. But let me tell you, they're communicating. They're running that offense literally behind.
Having a
they're-
good center.
They're the second captain.
No doubt.
And
I'm about to say
when you-
second quarterback, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. And when you have a quarterback and a center in unison that can play well together, things can change.
And
real
that's
quickly.
you go back
You saw
to
that
Max
with
Unger.
Justin Britt, too.
Yeah, very
Even
true.
with Justin
And-
Britt,
yeah.
when Justin Britt was good,
Yeah.
when he's playing well, that offense was really good. That team was a lot better.
Yeah. It was.
And then
it
of
was
course
churning.
Max Unger is a legend and should never have been traded in the first place. Don't
Yeah.
get me started on that.
Jimmy Graham. I know.
Who's your defensive player?
My defensive player? People know that I'm a UW guy, but Kevin King. I know he struggled
Cornerback.
the second
Is
half.
he still who's he with now?
He's an unrestricted free agent. He was with the Packers.
Okay, was Packers, gotcha.
First round pick.
Sidney Jones was the one once he
No, was he a second round pick? No, Sidney Jones went to
The Eagles, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Sometimes I get those
but
confused.
but no, he got released. He was with Miami, Baltimore.
Okay.
I can't remember. He's
those
moved
two,
around.
Those
He's
two I
moved
get
around.
confused with, so I just want to make
Oh
sure.
no, I know. But
Okay.
Kevin King, big guy,
Yeah.
6'3".
Fits the Seahawks.
He has great ball skills.
Yep.
I know he was the scapegoat for the Packers that end of the half play with Scotty Miller.
Yeah.
Yikes. That
It
wasn't
happens.
a good look.
It happens. It happens.
It's Tom Brady.
It happens.
He saw it and he's like,
It
no,
happens.
no safety help.
One bad
Okay.
play, it happens.
Yeah. But I would love to see him in a Seahawks uniform, and I think he would be because we don't know what we're gonna do with Griffin or even Dunbar. Like
No, I get you.
Dunbar, when he wasn't even healthy last year, like at all. Like he was hurt the whole time, and it was just a degenerative
Stupid
knee
question.
issue.
Does Ryan Neal play safety or cornerback?
He plays safety. He's a
Okay.
safety. Yeah.
Yeah.
He would. I was gonna say if you cut Diggs,
Yeah, then you're playing Ryan Neal. Yeah.
then Ryan Neal
Yeah,
comes
there you
in.
go.
Yeah. He sealed
Yeah.
the deal against the Cowboys.
There you go.
Yeah. But I love Kevin King. I loved him at UW. I loved him when the Packers got him. I was like, hey, I think you're getting a franchise type quarterback. You can, you want to
I don't
Come at me
hate
and
it.
say that
I
he
don't,
was
I don't
trash.
hate it at all,
Yeah.
actually. I think, with
just because we don't know what we're gonna do with
Griffin,
Griffin
going.
We gotta do something.
Griffin and Dunbar both going.
Yeah.
You're going to need to do something. I didn't pick a DB this week. I will pick one next week.
Okay.
I'm on the defensive line still,
Let's hear it.
and I have Melvin Ingram, defensive end, Chargers.
Yeah. Chargers.
Now, I think he's going to be a really cheap option because he barely played last season.
that's right. I was
He
just thinking.
hurt
I was like,
almost last season.
yeah, I thought he was hurt.
He missed about 5 games in 2018 as well, or 2019, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So injuries have been a factor in the last 2 seasons, but when he's on the field, I think he had 14 sacks in 2018 and 2019. He had 14 sacks combined.
Do you remember when we played them in 2013 down in San Diego and it was like 100 degrees on the field? And
Yep.
Melvin Ingram, I think, was a rookie or a
Yeah.
second-year player.
Yeah, he
He destroyed that
Yes.
game.
and
Destroyed
and
it.
the main reason why I like him right now is because I really do think he's going to be a cheaper option.
Yeah.
And I do think
Because he doesn't have a lot of chips. I didn't play a lot last
and
year, so
I think
can't.
he's perfect where you don't have to play him 3 downs.
no doubt.
You can bring him on for 1 or 2 downs,
Just like we
let him
want to
pass
do
rush.
with Ansa, Ziggy.
Exactly. And I really think he can do it. I think honestly he could do it for a cheap option there. So I think Melvin Ingram, if you can bring him in,
That's a sexy ass dude. If that
like
happened, I love that. I don't forget about
me,
him.
I'm a defensive line kind of guy.
Yeah, I love.
So
No, I love that. I totally forgot that
I
he
was
hurt last
diving
year.
into the defensive line free
Into the
agents
depths.
and I found him and I was like, man, I love that guy.
I'd love to see him in a Seahawks uniform. Put that. Was he 54? He'd have to.
Yeah.
He'd have to change that.
He
if,
would.
if we keep Bobby.
and I think he would.
Yeah.
I do have one more player, and this is we talked a little bit before the show, and I said he's more of a want than a need, but he could be a need, and depending on his market, he could be a need. Honestly,
Yeah.
Kenyon Drake, running back. Now the running back market is never that high. Let's be
It
honest.
isn't. It never is. I swear.
Chris Carson's going to be gone next season.
Yes.
and you're with Rashad Penny.
Yep. And Travis Homer and DJ Dallas.
Okay, so
It's just
we don't have to keep going on.
A plethora.
We don't have to keep going on. We've seen that Rashad Penny can do some things on the football field.
He was really coming into his own in 2019.
And I think he can be a great player for 8
Watching
games
him
of the
get hurt.
season. I really do.
Say it again.
For 8 games of the season, he can be a great player.
He can be.
I really do, honestly.
Yeah.
But the other 8 games, I'm not sure.
We need an option that you're talking about just like the injuries, the health problems.
And
yeah.
if the market is right for Kenyon Drake,
He I love Kenyon Drake. I do love him.
Yeah, like say he
I
wants
love
like
him.
a 1 year, like $5-6 million deal.
Help me, just more stability in that backfield.
I mean,
where I
it's
don't
probably
have
gonna be
to
a little
put.
bit more. Honestly, it might be like 7.5 mil. Even then, though, I could be like, you know what, that might be worth it because he's been proven that not only can he run the ball, he can catch the ball at the backfield too.
Yeah. That's I was
huge
just
for
about to
us,
say.
man.
I remember that game a couple years ago when the Arizona came in here and beat us when Kyler got hurt and Brett Hundley came in. Kenyon had a day.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He had a day at
Also, he's really good.
CenturyLink.
He's really good in pass blocking.
No, I know. Yeah.
So he's a suitable starting NFL running back.
Yeah.
And again, I said maybe more of a want than a need, but it could be a need.
It could be a both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
so depending on the market, I
Yeah.
think he could be a nice option.
I like that because going to Carson and what I think he's going to ask for is that Melvin Gordon
Sure.
2 year $8 million or 2 year
Yeah, yeah,
60 million type of deal. I can't commit to you, man. I cannot do
I get
that.
you.
It's not
But
so
if it
much
could be like a 1 year, like $7.5-7 million deal, I think I could commit that
for Carson.
for Kenyon Drake.
Oh yeah, okay, I like that. I just want it's no disrespect to you, Chris, at all. I feel like I'm just talking to him like I know him, but it's no
We
disrespect.
talk to all
him.
these guys like we know.
Yeah, I tweet at him. No,
Sure.
I don't. But it's dude, I can't commit to you at that price, knowing what other holes I need to fix and other problems we need to address with our money. So a guy like that, hey, if you want to go to wherever you're going to go and you think you can do what you do with, maybe a lesser quarterback and you think that you're not going to have that many people in the box and you're going to succeed, have fun.
Yeah. I get
Go
that.
have a ball. Hope you fix your fumbling issues. The injuries, I'm not as mad at you, except for, not either finishing a year, missing a couple games, or a whole season, like in 2017. Did he miss the whole year?
I think so. Broke his leg, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's pretty graphic.
it's not, and he's been hurt since high school, man. It was before
I know.
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State, he was hurt. I
Yeah.
get you. He's
And-
been hurt.
Yeah.
He runs so hard that
a
he's
lot
gonna get
of
hurt.
miles on those cleats. The tread's low, and
No.
I can't risk paying him a lot of money and having no return.
No, I get you.
I can't have him suck.
I wasn't gonna even bring him up because I think he's just gone.
I think he's out of here.
So,
yeah.
One guy that's deciding whether he wants to leave or not. No one's really sure except
Yeah.
for him and maybe Mark Rogers.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't think Pete Carroll or John Steiner even know. Russell Wilson. This is still lingering.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
It's still a fucking just
Yeah.
a tabloid. It's
It's-
still a signature of our offseason.
So,
I'm sick of it.
I'm not sure we had like a Russ being traded meter last week. Did we? Like go?
No, but let's start one.
So like last week, where were you? Like being
Oh my
traded
God.
like percentage wise, 5-10%.
I was about to say 10. Just
So
for
we're
the sake of arguing.
I'll say last week I was like 5%.
yeah.
Where are you now?
I'm in the 20s. I'm gonna go.
I think I'm around 15 to 20.
I'm gonna go 25% because
It's unreal,
what,
dude.
you, Russell, or John, Pete, this can be hashed
Someone,
out.
yeah.
This can be fucking fixed. And the fact that it's not publicly makes no sense to me. Russell, if you want out, fucking say it, dude. Not
What-
this, "Oh, I want these superstars.
What scares me
I'm
is
sick of that.
I mean, even like legitimate reporters are like saying this is looking.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden,
Albert
oh, I
Beer-
don't want out, but I'll go to these 4 teams.
Albert Beer with
Eat a
Sports
dick,
Illustrated is
bro.
like-
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm so frustrated.
So I'll go into that one second. Albert Beer of Sports Illustrated is like, this is looking bad.
yeah.
That scares me. So okay, you sound like you're more against Russ
Because
than anyone else.
it's
in
not.
this problem.
No, I'm more against Pete. It's always going to be.
But you're
my-
more vocal against Russ.
now because why is his camp saying, "Oh, we don't want out, but we'll go to the Cowboys, we'll go to the Raiders, we'll go to the Bears, but you don't want out." But
No, I
that's
get
where
you.
you'll go.
I get you.
Don't dip your freaking foot in the water and just go, "Oh, let me put this little barb out here."
And I'll say this: he's doing it in a very passive aggressive way, which is a little upsetting. It's perfect Seattle.
Passive aggressive people suck.
It's perfect for It's perfect for Seattle,
I know.
though.
I know.
Perfect for Seattle.
Yeah.
But I will say this: I think that he's had enough. Excuse
Sorry,
you.
boys.
During my segment. Excuse you. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I think it's gotten to a point where, let's be honest, Russ has never said anything before. Russ is
That's where I'm for Russ. He's kept quiet for 9 years.
That's what I'm saying, and he's just sucked it up every time.
Yeah.
And he's played every single fucking game.
And now people are saying, "Oh, he's showing his true colors. He's upset."
He's adjusted to every offensive scheme that, well, actually, never adjusted because they've never
They've
adjusted.
never changed.
And that leads me to my point. This is my Pete rant, dude.
Let's hear it.
And okay, Russ is not perfect.
It's
I
like
understand
hardware's
that.
like
Yeah,
overheating.
Russ is not perfect.
No, he's not.
He takes a lot of
Recalculate.
sacks that he shouldn't take. He makes a lot of throws that he shouldn't make, even sometimes.
Very true.
Okay, I get it. He even runs sometimes when he shouldn't, fumbles the ball, whatever. He holds on to it for too long back there. I get it. But is he not the best player in Seahawks franchise history?
He's the most valuable player ever.
Should he not deserve some special treatment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I hate saying that because
Yeah.
I'm,
No,
I'm
yeah.
a big team guy.
Yeah.
But when you have the best player in franchise history, who is the quarterback, by the way,
Yeah.
and all these quarterbacks get special treatment wherever they go,
Right.
he should be getting some special treatment. And
No
I'm sure
doubt.
that he is. I'm sure that he is. But he's not feeling it.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Apparently not. Yeah.
So
apparently
it needs to be known.
Yeah.
And another thing with Pete is that it's his stubbornness and lack of imagination. You know,
Evolve, Pete.
Especially the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
He just is not evolving. He's not adapting to the roster that he has, the players that he has to make this the best team possible.
Yeah.
And that's why they're 10-6 every year.
Yeah.
And then, lose in the first or second round.
That's what's so crazy. We won 12 games last year, and I felt like we won 4. I felt like we went 4-12 last year with how we're talking about our team because we have such high expectations.
Totally. And I have a third leg on this Pete thing. He's got too much power.
Oh yeah.
He's got way too much power.
Yeah.
He is the head coach and the vice president of this team.
That's
the
too
vice
much.
president.
That's too
So-
much.
The only people that could fire Pete are who's the president. I don't even know who the president is because, to be honest, the president doesn't do much in this
I
organization.
thought it was Jody Allen. I mean, I know she's the owner, but like, doesn't she?
No, there's like the chairman too or something like that.
Oh God damn it! You're
like
right.
Chuck Armstrong or something
Yeah.
like that. But they don't do anything.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do anything.
Ever.
And neither is Jody Allen.
Nope.
And so Pete is running this place right now.
Yep.
He's running the asylum.
Yep. Exactly what it is right now.
And
It's an
it's not
asylum.
going
Again,
that well.
Again, it's an asylum. Yeah.
And
I'm with you, man.
I hate being dramatic. I hate doing this. But if it's the same thing this season, you hire Shane Waldron, you have Russ in on those interviews to appease him, which he was
Right.
happy about.
Right.
And you hire the guy that Russ wanted. And if
Man.
he comes in here, and if you don't let him run his offense, Pete, you are so stubborn that you can't keep wanting to run the ball. We keep saying this too, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You're not going to let him run this new offense,
Yep.
and you guys go 10-6 again next year, and lose
Ousted in the first round or this? Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's time to move on.
Yeah.
from Pete next year. It really is.
It
honestly.
is. And if
You
we've-
saw this with John Elway back in the 80s when he had to move on.
very true.
He moved on from, I forget who it was, to Shanahan.
Yeah.
Won a Super Bowl. I'm just saying,
Terrell Davis and all those, and yeah.
coaching changes can really have that big of an effect on a roster.
Very
on a
true.
team.
Very true. The NFL
On a whole
is so much.
franchise.
Yeah, the NFL is so much different from 8 years ago when we won the title, and even it's so much different with how much more throwing is happening, how much more early down,
Sure.
early passing
Quicker
downs,
tempo.
all that. It's so much different than his ground and pound
Yeah.
that he has just lived and breathed.
We literally talked about in the last segment how the running back market is
dog shit.
dog shit.
Yeah.
But Pete, like in his head, the running back market is like, I'd pay $30 million for a running back right now if I thought he was going
I know.
to be able to run 1,500
That's
yards.
how committed he is to the run game. Yeah. And that's the thing with Shane. We're not going to just not run the ball.
Can I
know
also,
that we have to.
Sorry,
run it.
I don't mean to keep remembering you. One thing that else pissed me off is that he's like, I love to run the ball. Maybe invest in the offensive line a little bit too.
Yeah.
then. Huh?
Maybe
that helps a little bit.
fucking pay the fucking blockers that open up
Christ.
the holes for the running back, you idiot. Yeah.
So go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm with you, man. If you're making me choose after we just extended Pete last year, another 5 years, if you're asking me to choose between the most valuable player in my franchise's history, the best player in my franchise's history, against obviously the best coach, no disrespect to Mike Holmgren,
Yeah.
but no, I'm choosing Russ. I'm sorry. Because
Listen,
because the coach has chosen not to change.
I think you can like put it on levels, honestly. Like Pete Carroll is the greatest coach in Seahawks history.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's like by a ton though.
I think it's
compared
by
to-
a ton.
But to Russ's level, it's not even close compared to other players. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like I guess maybe Steve Largent, Walter Jones, but like I don't think those guys were as impactful as Russ, or are going to be.
They also weren't making the playoffs.
Yeah, and so, yeah, and that's the thing. I think like you could maybe put Mike Holmgren, maybe not as close as I was thinking, but
yeah,
I think he's closer in the.
He got us out of the fucking depths of hell.
Yeah, he's closer. I mean, he was playing with some shitty defense. Yeah, let's be honest.
Absolutely.
So he was playing with what he had. He did the best he could, and I think between him and Pete, there's not like a massive difference per se.
Mm-hmm.
Between Russ and the other best players ever on this team, there's a massive difference.
Yeah,
and you have to make it for Russ.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you, man.
I hate being dramatic. I hate being like, hot takey and like saying, next year you got to fire Pete. But the issue is you can't fire Pete because Pete's not going to fire himself.
No, I know.
And that's,
I know.
It's this franchise is in a real crossroads, honestly. It's in
turmoil, man. And I feel like this is the beginning of the end of
it's hilarious.
One of those two parties, whether it's Pete or Russ. Russ, if we don't win the Super Bowl next year, he's out.
And John Schneider might have to come in the middle and be like, listen, guys, suck it the fuck up, both of you.
Figure it the fuck out.
I'm going to make some fucking cap room. I'm going to make some fucking trades.
Yeah.
I'm going to appease all you fuckers.
Yeah.
Let's get to the fucking season. Pete, you go coach. Russ, you go play quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. We got some thunder. Not going to lie, just a little change of the subject. It's been crazy weather today.
Yeah.
Almost as angry as me right now, thunder. And then we had like sunny earlier.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Just my drive over here.
Just ran out. I don't know. We don't want to go into that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We're at the 52 mark. Just
52.
Cool.
Okay.
That's fine.
You want to transition to that?
That's fine. Well, actually, this was kind of the last segment if you want to do some old man thoughts. But do you have anything else to say, Russ? I mean, I just, to me, I get where you're going with Russ. Like, Russ is making some poor statements at times and like not being passive aggressive about it. And like Mark Rodgers isn't helping the situation
at all.
So whatsoever.
Yeah.
But man, it's almost worse that Pete hasn't said anything, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, he just hasn't shown any adaptability.
Yeah. And he's not showing that he's committed to Russell Wilson. Why can't you just say, yeah, we are, the thing where it came out of the week, we are taking calls, but we're not shopping Russ. It's no different than Russ saying, I don't want out, but here's the teams that I'd go to. What the fuck? We couldn't be on more different pages. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Drives me crazy.
It's fucking frustrating.
Drives me nuts.
It's this high school just drama fest. And it's like, figure it the fuck out with your prom king, principal, Carroll. Figure it out.
It's like, yeah, it is. It's like drama, high school bullshit.
God.
And
so they
you wouldn't expect it from
so they play their leverage.
I know.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a complete leverage.
For sure.
Opportunity.
And I don't blame completely Russ for that. So
no, I know.
I don't know. It sucks. I'm hoping stuff changes by next week. We have to keep talking about it, but I'm sure we will.
I know.
I think we'll probably just wrap up. We don't need to go on old man thoughts.
You want to do it? Okay.
Do you want to? Quick old man thoughts? Let's do quick old man thoughts.
Okay.
I guess I'll just share mine.
Let's hear it, buddy.
As you maybe heard, the thunder came out. So it's been crazy weather all day. But earlier it was nice and sunny.
Yep.
And I feel like maybe for like 15, 20 minutes it was nice and sunny. And in the city of Seattle, when it gets, listen, during the winter, it's dreary, it's gray, it's dark. Mm-hmm. You don't see much.
It's 45 degrees.
It's a Twilight episode.
You don't see much. You don't see much sunlight for like
cue the Twilight Zone.
What? 5 months, 6 months? You don't see much sunlight, right?
Nope.
So
8.
Yeah. When the sun comes out in any month in Seattle, people, flock. They leave their houses in masses. Yeah. And have to go get some sunlight.
Yeah.
And even if it rains 20 minutes later, it doesn't matter. They had to go out and get some vitamin
I'm out of
D.
here. I'm leaving.
Let me tell you, man, I'm driving here and there's traffic. People are all over running around. And I'm like, well, yeah, it was 20 minutes ago. It was sunny, but now it's pouring and it's hailing.
Did you make a good call?
Yeah. Did you make a good call? In the middle of a pandemic too?
Yeah, I know.
Come on, dude.
God, figure it out. No, I know. I'm with that.
Sorry.
It's kind of like when people, super left people like are all about the mask, but then when Joe Biden wins, they're all in the street celebrating too.
I know, yeah. Our society it's tough to play both sides of the fence. It's really hard.
I was just really upset to get on the freeway and see traffic.
No, it was
Sunday afternoon.
I know.
There's no Seahawks game. There's no Hawks game. Where's the traffic coming from?
Where are you going? What are you doing?
It's goddamn sunny out, so we all have to go outside.
I know. On my way here, I left a torrential downpour. Yeah. There was sleet in the air. Yeah. It was like part snow.
I know.
And it was dark.
It was insane.
I passed 196 on the freeway and it was blue skies, like crystal. My wipers were off, and I'm like,
I know what you mean.
what the hell? You're telling me freaking 70 blocks and I changed the whole forecast?
Unreal, dude.
It's weird. Makes no sense.
I guess Miami is kind of like where it's like torrential downpour.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they get monsoons.
Florida. Yeah, they get
sunny.
monsoons.
Yeah. 5 minutes
dude,
later. Yeah.
Tucson,
Where their drops are the size of.
Yeah.
Tucson was the same thing.
Really?
Tucson, Arizona.
I would never
I'd be
guess that.
walking around. I'd be walking to class, and then all of a sudden, it'd just be pouring.
Yeah.
And I get to class, and I would be, drenched.
Look outside.
It'd be completely
just
it'd be
crystal blue.
75 and sunny, 80 sunny.
And you're like, cool.
Yeah. So
Tight.
yeah, people just love their sunlight here, and after
We flocked to
8 months of it,
that-
8 months of no sunlight, they have to get out and.
Yeah. I forgot. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday of last week where it was like 55 degrees?
Oh yeah, people were like having picnics.
Yeah. They were having picnics.
Yeah.
The beaches were packed.
Yeah.
Green Lake was packed. I was just like,
even
oh
when
my
even
God.
when it's 45 and sunny here, people are having like picnics.
They'll be out
outside.
there still shaking. Kind
Yeah.
of, isn't this great?
Yeah, this is fantastic.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah. Fuck.
No, I know.
Anybody else have any old man thoughts? Let's wrap this up.
I got one to play off of that.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Sorry. I don't know
No,
if
you're
you
good.
were
I don't
here.
have one.
Okay.
I really don't.
So I love the sun. If I had a choice, I would be in sunny weather year round, or at least more
Yeah,
often
I
than,
feel
than
it.
cloudy weather.
I'm
But-
kind of getting there, to be honest. with you.
but I can tell you, I kind of agree with you. Or playing off of what you said is, I feel like because we're in Seattle, when we do get a sunny day, it feels like you're forced to go outside. Like you feel like, well,
Because there's so
I get
few.
you.
I should
I
go
get you.
outside.
Yeah.
I get you.
No, I don't, and I don't like that.
I get you.
And I don't like that.
I guess
It's like,
I'm
No, fuck that.
like
Yeah,
today I was planning on just bumming it on the couch and
And I
just
feel that.
watching TV,
And I
but
feel
not
that.
Sunday.
And then you look outside and you see blue skies. You're like,
I should be pretty. You hear the lawn, everybody come their lawns like,
Yeah.
well, now I gotta do
I-
that too. Shit, like shit.
yeah.
Two things
You
in
hear the
me.
lawnmowers going, fuck.
I have to walk my dog every day, no matter what.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no matter what the weather is, I'm outside. It just happens.
I know.
So I'm just kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Regardless.
But
And number two, I'm like, you know what? I'm used to my cave already, my dark cave.
yeah,
Why would I want to go outside no matter what?
Yeah.
Even if it's sunny, I don't
keep
care.
those.
Like, why do I need the sun?
Cave.
Why do I need
It's my
vitamin D?
dungeon,
Yeah.
right?
Why do I need any of this?
Yeah.
I can sit here right in front of the TV and get the
Yeah.
same thing, right? I get those beams.
I know. That's so funny with the people that are outside having picnics and they're probably still in like
40,
sweatshirts and they're just like, this is great.
Oh, they were in like 3 layers of
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah.
Like it's 50 degrees,
Cold
Marsha. Why
beer,
don't you go
started
back
cold.
inside?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah. Well, that's just what I had.
Don't forget to
you.
like,
Yeah,
comment,
like.
subscribe. We love interacting with you guys. If you could just, follow us on all of our social medias. Carmen will put it up on the screen to
Yeah,
make it
yeah.
easier.
All that stuff. I know I mentioned it. If you guys saw the story earlier, anything you do that interacts with a post, a video post,
We
whether
also-
Spotify,
yep.
all when it gains traction and then it puts you in front of like more people's, so we can,
Get more views and stuff.
Yeah, and find a newer audience and people who are like into this type of stuff we talk about. They'll be, led towards us.
We also have a
Absolutely.
blog going too.
Yes.
So anybody
Me and
that
Ben
wants
are
to
back
read,
writing, baby.
Yeah.
So feel free to read that
Yes.
stuff.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Later, guys.
You get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Straight off the lot, 300 cash, and the car came with a blunt in it. Lil' mama a thot, and she got ass, and she gon' fuck up a bag. Pull up to the spot, living too fast, dropping the stash.